Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So we are looking forward to a very, interesting session. So which is going to be very, very helpful to all of you. So please make it very interactive. Ask as many as questions you want because you will not. It's very rare opportunity which you are getting. So I will introduce to you here our two panelists who are sitting here. So one is Mr. Ashish Khare. Mr. Ashish Khare is a founder and CEO of MentorCard. So after this session, please go and have a look at his website, MentorCard. They're doing a great job, especially it will help each one of you sitting here. Okay, so he is an experienced industry business leader, and he has recently launched MentorCard for various target mentee groups, that is students, working professionals, leaders, entrepreneurs, and startups. This platform is launched and recognized by Startup India scheme under Government of India. MentorCard was founded by him and his team with a mission to provide access to mentors for everyone on a digital platform with easy availability, where experts from various industries can be your mentor and get direct assistance from leading professionals across the globe. Overcome challenges to achieve your personal and professional goals, learn a new job related skill and be successful. From one-to-one interaction to group sessions, MentorCard brings number of opportunities to develop key skills and helps increase employability. One can stay connected with their personal mentor to create, track, review, and achieve personal and professional goals from anywhere, anytime. Mentees can learn from best of industry veterans, attend webinars and mentoring sessions by educational gurus and entrepreneurs. He has more than 25 years of experience, and he has led teams and organizations to innovate, create, implement business solutions and products in the field of technology and services for customers across 20 plus countries. He is a startup and incubation mentor to many startups from idea to reality and growth stage in various industries and technologies like IoT, digital transformation, media, e-commerce, B2B, B2C and more. He has huge network of startups, professionals, investors from almost all verticals. He is also on advisory board of various startups in India and abroad. So thank you, sir. We welcome you here.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, session after lunch is always hard and to the second. So, thank you first of all to be here. I'm sure you have come and you know what the session is all about. Any ideas? What the sessions are going to be all about? Related to startup, entrepreneurship, right? I'll add more into it is like career. Okay? So actually I don't have much time. So before that I just want to set the tone and talk about it. So how many of you are clear that you want to do a startup at some stage? May not be now, maybe later. Maybe mid of your career. How many of you are sure? Are you? All of you belongs to which stream of education? AI, right? So, AI में जितना startup हो रहा है, right? तो हम लोग AI होगा. If you are clear, obviously you will have what is the purpose, why you are going to do it, all that you answer. And I'll put it in a three perspectives. Okay? Your career, whether you do startup or you do job. What is more important is we divide a career into three stages. That's how I feel has to be done. Right? The first phase is what? Explore. Right? Exploration means that you're trying to find out what is to be done. Right? So first 5 years is more of that. Right? Is it package important first 5 years? Or is नॉलेज लर्निंग सिर्फ कहने के लिए नहीं, सिर्फ कहने के लिए नहीं, रियलिटी में क्या है, रियल आंसर चाहिए। We carried away at times whatever is happening.
Reality में sir money भी important है.
Money भी important है,
Because sir, if I want to have a startup, I should have some back money which I can use in my startup.
correct.
So
I'll talk about startups later on, but first about like it can be startup or it can be entrepreneurship journey or it can be employment journey, both. Money is important, but how much money is important? How much money is needed? What is how much I need? There are two differences, in the perspective. The first 5 years, I say that is more of, to explore and, learn more and more. तो वो पहले 5-7 साल है ना, वो आपके career के foundation. When you focus more on that, because when we give priority to money in those first 5-7 years, what happens? So when we get 2 companies, 3 companies to evaluate, if suppose we are going for a job or doing a startup, then we put money as a prime criteria. And then we miss out the interest, the passion, the purpose, what drives you to do that particular thing. It can be job or entrepreneurship. पीछे छूट जाएगा. And then foundation will be weak. So उसका purpose different. Right? How many of you know that, in the second stage is money? Yes, at some stage of life, I want to make a lot of money. Probably. उसका definition हर किसी के लिए अलग अलग. So it's up to you to decide. And third stage is, हम सब बैठे, like where you talk about position, you talk about relationship, you talk about giving back to society, you talk about, obviously a position is bigger than money. Probably. So career is like the 3 stages, what generally we talk about. Like you said in startup, I see this response in most of the places. How many of you want to do a startup to overcome hard? But if I ask the question that how many of you want to do business, your own business? Difference पता है ना? Own business is some point of time. I want to be boss of myself. Right? कितने लोग हैं? कभी ना कभी हम अपना ही करेंगे, मैं नहीं करूँगा. Why should I work for somebody else? ऐसा होता है ना? It comes in mind that at some point of time we have to do something on our own, even if it is a freelancing. You understand gig? You understand gig economy? What is gig economy?
Freelance.
Right? तो जब भी मेरा काम होगा मैं करूँगा, जब मेरा सोने का मन करेगा मैं सोऊंगा. Right? But entrepreneurship is not that easy, right? It's hard. So in career also, all 3 stages we are supposed to do, and we need to have clear that thought that what is our, what is that we want to do. So how many of you are clear what you are going to do in life? Maybe after college. Clear? क्या करना है?
Sir, I am actually not a big fan of owning a business or
Sure.
being the leader of something.
Sure.
I would like to work somewhere where I can show my skills and put my skills to a better use. For example.
Perfect. And maybe in that goal, when you are working, you will start, setting small milestones, right? Which company, which area, which profile, which role. So clarity will be more closer to what actually you want to do, right? And then you make a plan. Okay, how do I approach? So that is something, if people have clarity in mind, तो अच्छा होता है. All of you have 4-year plans, right? So all of you from which year? Second, third? Second year. So first year तो निकल गया, ऐसे ही निकल जाता है, पता भी नहीं लगता कहाँ गया, right? Second year से you start थोड़ा seriousness आता है, right? And फिर CGPA pressure भी आता है, right? And then final year आता है, तब तक जिनको ये clarity नहीं होता उनको दिक्कत होता है. So bring the clarity before the college ends, please, right? So the clarity is important. What is more important for achieving these 3 stages also? A consistency. Consistency means whatever you do, you have to be consistently doing it. And also people say ना, keep upgrading yourself. आज जो पढ़ रहे हो वो 4 साल बाद थोड़ा चेंज हो जाएगा, राइट? जो आप यहाँ कोर्स में पढ़ रहे हो उसके अलावा भी तो पढ़ते होगे ना, the latest trend, technology, article, research. Why you do that? Because what's happening in the industry, that is also important. So that also you need to plan in terms of what you're going to do. Also, one more important point is relevancy, right? So what do you mean by the relevancy? In current scenario, what we are doing today, if we are consistent, we have to consistently perform. For example, how many of you watch cricket or play cricket? काफ़ी लोग हैं, कम लोग हैं, सब लोग देखते हैं. All of you know Virat Kohli, all of you know other players, or even Dhoni or whosoever is retired. सबका टाइम आता है ना रिटायरमेंट का. So beyond a point you cannot do it, right? And you have to give it a baton to somebody else. So consistency, what I mean is, before this last month match, Virat Kohli was losing ना, रेलेवेंस भी लूट रहा था, लोग लाइक नहीं कर रहे, रन नहीं बनाता, कैप्टनसी भी चली गई, अभी जाने वाला है. ये हम सब के साथ हर स्टेज में होगा. So I want to warn you here, you have to be relevant all the time to survive, to grow. When you put money in your bank, you want it to grow, right? You want to go demotivate तो नहीं करना चाहते ना उसको. थोड़ा और डिमोलेशन हो गया, 100 का 90 हो गया, फिर 90 का 80 हो गया, 80 का 70 हो गया, ऐसा तो नहीं चाहते ना. You want all the time multiple return. बैंक बोले कल से हम 20 टाइम्स देंगे तो आप तो फटाफट चले जाओगे, सारे पैसे डाल दोगे वहाँ पे. You know, this with career also. So whatever you do in your life, you have to consistently do it, consistently innovate yourself, and always have to be relevant. All of you hearing about layoffs in startup or non-startup companies, है? कौन कौन सुना? ट्विटर में कितना layoff हुआ? वहाँ तो कुछ और भी चलता रहता है, but you know, he is funny entrepreneur. He does it own his style. You know, he draw that Twitter architecture on the whiteboard. कितनों ने देखा है? कभी कोई एंटरप्रेन्योर करता है ऐसे? Draw the complete Twitter architecture saying आपसे ऐसे चलेगा. And shown to public, right? So he laid off almost 3,500 people. Then Facebook lay off so many people. Even Indian people are doing it. Why is happening? Any idea? I want to be interactive. थोड़ा सा ही टाइम है मेरे पास. How many, you know, why you feel it's happening? What is the recession? Why cost cut? अभी तो बैठे थे ना, सब पे कर रहे थे, फिर क्यों कॉस्ट कट करने लग गया अचानक से?
They want to use that money for other aspects.
But why?
They want to save that money rather than giving to the employees that are not.
तो अगर आपका सोर्स ऑफ इनकम कम होएगा तो आप क्या करोगे? पैसा रोक लोगे. करते ना, हम सब करते हैं. जब पेंडेमिक आया तो हम सब ने किया. सो व्हेन यू डिड दैट, तो पेंडेमिक के साथ रिसेशन भी आ गया. क्यों? क्योंकि आपने पैसा खर्चना बंद कर दिया. जब आपने खर्चना बंद किया तो किसका खर्चना बंद करोगे? ऐड देख के कुछ खरीदोगे नहीं तो फेसबुक भी प्रॉब्लम होएगा, राइट? वट एवर, यू नो, फॉर दैट मैटर. सो वी वांट आवर मनी टू ग्रो. We want all the returns multiple times. Same way, when you go and work for any company or you go and start your startup, it has to grow. It has to make money. If it doesn't make money, now in a company when you are working, when the layoff happens, you want to come in the first list, second list, third list. जो जितना रिलेवेंट होगा उसका नंबर सबसे बाद में आएगा. Getting me, na? There are few people who Elon Musk cannot even think about firing. News to aa raha hai 3,500 people fired, but there are 12 people whom he goes to home and say कि भाई, you know, why? Because they are most relevant people. Twitter runs from them, and you will offer everything to make them stay back. So your skill, your relevancy, your knowledge, your experience will never let you down. Okay. Cricketers, life 35 years, 36 at the max, retire. There are several cricketers you don't even see in them in future. And there are several of them you still see them when they are 60 and 70. Why? Because they continue to do something in their field. कपिल देव को तो आप भी आज भी देखते हो, रवि शास्त्री को आप आज भी देखते हो, क्यों? बना के रखा है. Retirement comes from here, right? It never comes for the people who want to continue to work. So relevance, consistency, and whatever you do in life, 3 stages of career. First 5 year, focus on that, and you have to be clear what you're doing. Now for a startup, if we come to, entrepreneurship is not for those people who think that, wow, it is going to be great, I will be founder CEO, I will have a visiting card, and I will have, like Uday sir has said in the morning session. No. You have to have a very clear purpose, define why are you doing this. I took entrepreneurship at 3rd stage of my career, not first. There are people who took at first stage, and I feel that's the best thing to do because you have a lesser risk and you can take more risk, because when you get later stage you have a lot of responsibility and you cannot give up. So when I gave up, I was on a 7-figure. You come to 0 next month, right? So it's not easy. But when you are exploring stage, you need minimum money. बस का किराया चाहिए, रेस्टोरेंट में खाना चाहिए थोड़ा बहुत, एक आध बर्गर चलेगा, राइट? थोड़ा पार्टी वार्टी चलेगी, इसके अलावा क्या चाहिए? कुछ नहीं चाहिए. So put all your efforts and your idea something. If you're trying to solve problem, focus on that. So entrepreneurship is all about that. It is not necessary you start a startup with a unicorn kind of a thought in your mind. None of the unicorn founders says that they have thought that it will be unicorn. None of them say. They started, they liked it, they continued it, and it comes on the way. Right? This is my second startup, Venturecart. You all should visit. It is for all of you. And when I started, Uday sir became our first advisor on the board, actually, and that's how we know each other, right? And I never thought of where I will go. Almost 3 times it happened that it should be shut, because customer mind is not buying, because I was not probably hitting the right spot. So when you find an idea, you have to exactly map the need of the customer. We realized later, and sorry to say, that youth of today lack in focus on learning first and gaining result. When we take admissions, we ask placement ka kya hai? We always talk about outcomes. We don't talk about inputs. So until we as a platform be mapped with output, it didn't work. So whatever idea you make it for your business, make sure what your customer want, at what stage, and the taste also happen, changes. Change hota rehta hai. Aaj mere kuch chahiye, kal kuch chahiye, you know. You see many companies like Nokia doesn't even exist in the same market where they used to be pioneer, leader, innovator. है ना? OnePlus came so late, still acquired the market because they understood the taste of the people. You know what was the OnePlus strategy? pricing, and they hit the lot of Apple market, by the way. I was one of them. I moved from iPhone in that year.
I'm a photographer, hobbyist. Let me tell you, the camera is much better than the Apple camera.
Yes, लोग बैटरी से परेशान थे. They solved the problem. So what problem customer is having today, you solve that, you may survive. But you have to continue to innovate, otherwise you will become Nokia. So every time you have to see what next, you know. So that's all. In the career, I want to leave with this thought, and this is happening around institute when I meet almost every week somebody. The package versus job role. So somebody on Quora, Quora पे कितने लोग हो? How many people are there on Quora? How many of you follow Quora? Very good, okay. तो वहाँ पे कैसे क्वेश्चन पोस्ट करते हैं हम?
जैसे क्वेश्चन मैंने पोस्ट किया लाइक किसी के बारे में पोस्ट करें उससे तो कि अपने रिव्यूज आते हैं चीजों के रिव्यूज से हम we can get some idea about that
But not a clarity.
but not a clarity.
Does it more confuse to you rather than?
Yes sir.
Why it confuses, you know? Why it confuses? Because you are asking question with millions of people. Everybody will have own point of view.
Yes sir.
Who can answer the best? Who has gone through that path? So the question which we are asking there, sometime I see very relevant. मेरे को TCS ने 7.5 लाख का पैकेज दिया, मेरे को Cognizant ने 8 लाख का दिया, मेरे को इसने इतने का दिया, मैं कौन सा ज्वाइन करूं? ये बहुत चलता है, दिन भर आता है ना, देखें ना? You know why? I'd say you are not deserving any of these. Why? Because you don't know what makes you choose the company. We are not running for job. You have to run for job role. You have to run for profile which interests you. Because तभी तो आप उस पर लॉन्ग टर्म काम करोगे ना. पैकेज आपको लॉन्ग टर्म नहीं लेके जाएगा. It won't give you happiness. I did work for so many years, but it is still अभी startup करना है. So what interests you, what make you happy at any point of time, you have to make decisions like from their thought process. So I want to leave you with a thought. The purpose of whatever you are doing have to be defined. And tomorrow मैं session में लूँगा. Tomorrow I have a presentation which I will talk about more in detail. But purpose, your motive, why you are doing this, whatever you are doing. What is that you expect out of it? Someone in the morning session asked me, what are the disadvantages of joining a startup and or versus a company? It all depends on you. What you expect out of it will make you happy. Not like 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I want to join a startup for XYZ reason, I am clear, and if I am able to achieve those, it's all advantage. If I am not able to achieve, then it's all disadvantage. Now for me it may be different, for you it may be different, for her it may be different. So every idea has to be from that perspective. So purpose जरूर सोचें, and when you think about कि startup करना है, entrepreneurship करना है, it's a hard journey. Though a lot of gaga about it. And some person also asked me, and I will leave you with the thought that sir 90% startup fails. बोलते ना 90% startup fails, so why should we do that? So how many people clear IIT? How many fails? How many clear UPSC? How many fails? How many clear CA exam? 3%. How many fails? तो वो तो हर जगह रहेगा. And the percentage should not be identified by that. That was my answer. जिन्होंने real effort डाला और रिजल्ट नहीं आया, वो शायद 20% होंगे. तो फेलियर 90% नहीं हो सकता. When you go and ask with investor, how many of your starter fails? He say 40%, 30%. They will never say 90%. Because where they put the money, if it fails 90%,
They will be nowhere. So where they put the money, because no, it's going to work. Still, yeah, some people fail. तो उनका परसेंटेज डिफरेंट होगा. तो रियल एफर्ट किसने डाला, रियल तैयारी किसने किया, रियल हार्ड वर्क किसने किया, रियल बेस्ट इनपुट किसने डाला, उससे आउटपुट कंपेयर होगा. नॉट द मासेस फिलिंग द फॉर्म ऑफ अ यूपीएससी बिकॉज आई हैव फिनिश्ड माय ग्रेजुएशन एंड आई एम एलिजिबल. ऐसे बहुत है ना. फर्स्ट लोग ऐसे ट्राई करते हैं, हो सकता है बाद में सेकंड थर्ड में ज़्यादा सीरियस होते हैं, फर्स्ट में ऐसे देखते हैं. तो अगर उसके अगेंस्ट में हम रिजल्ट निकालेंगे तो फिर कंपेरिजन सही नहीं रहेगा. दैट इज व्हाट माय पॉइंट इज. सो वट एवर यू डू इन योर लाइफ, डू नॉट डिसाइड योर सेल्फ बिकॉज दिस इज अ परसेंटेज, दैट इज अ परसेंटेज. You need to decide what it takes to clear this. Focus there. What it takes to pass this. Do that. I was yesterday I was looking at one of the Instagram posts where which was experiment. आप लोगों ने भी शायद देखा होगा. The world's best violin बजाने तो म्यूजिक होता है ना, सिंगर, उसका नाम मैं भूल गया. तो उन्होंने खुद एक्सपेरिमेंट किया. तो ही वॉज इन अ सबवे एट मेट्रो स्टेशन. यू सॉ दैट वायरल पोस्ट. एंड द गाय वॉज पूरा दिन बजाने के बाद उसको $30 मिला. इन द सेम गाय जिसका हाउसफुल टिकट होता है स्टेडियम में $100 का. Even if you are good where you are, what is the environment around you, that decide. If you are at a wrong place, even if you are successful, nobody notice you. I guarantee you, if somebody, some big cricketer put the cap here and वो किसी छोटे से मैदान में खेलता नजर आएगा तो पहचानोगे भी नहीं उसको पहले अटेम्प्ट में. It happens. तो आपको भी जो अपना पोजीशन बनाना है वो बेसिकली ऐसा जो कि जहाँ पे रिलेवेंट है, सही टाइम पे सही जगह पे आपका होना ज़रूरी है. एंड दैट कैन हैपन ओनली व्हेन you keep remember some of these things. I will talk about tomorrow's 6 mantras and then I'll take it further from there. I'll have a proper presentation and then in the meantime you can go to MentorCard's site and tomorrow this group will be there in the presentation. All of them will be there, na? So there are 2 videos on my website, brand videos. How many of you know Ashish Vidyarthi? He comes on motivational lecture, speaker. बहुत लोग फॉलो करते हैं उसको. He is one of our brand ambassadors. So if you see 2 videos and I want to know your feedback on that. Those videos completely belong to you. Completely belong to you, right? So look at that and explore and then talk about later. Sorry I could not give much time, but tomorrow let's meet. Actually why I'm not able to give time, so let me give the reason. So MentorCard is a funded startup India में था. 2 round funding we raised. It's my second startup. First I exited in US and this is my second one. And it has gone for a 3rd round of funding. And today I have a pitch in the evening. So I've rushed. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all of you. It's my privilege to introduce and welcome the eminent speakers for the day. Mr. Uday Birji, co-founder and director, Think Street Technology. Uday Birji has over 30 years of experience in IT, telecom, and network industry. He has a wide experience in dealing with IPOs, mergers, acquisitions, integrations, DAC, acquisition, networks, IPOs, integration, and NetD, Alcatel, acquisition, integration, HP3Com, merger, and integration for Asia Pacific region. He has been involved with many initiatives of Government of Karnataka as an advisor, including New Age Incubation Networks, Elevate 100, Unnati since 2017, a first of its kind initiative set up to identify, fund, and mentor top 100 startups in the state. He is also mentor and jury of India Innovation Challenge and initiative of Texas Instruments, Government of India, IIM Bangalore since 2017. He has been involved with Pan IIT Global Conference and the Pan IIM World Management Conference to elevate India's top startups. He has a part of Smart 50 initiatives of IIM Calcutta, Startup Challenge initiatives of the Government of West Bengal. He is also a mentor for change under the Atal Innovation Mission of Niti Aayog, Government of India, and has been involved with various other startups, initiatives of government and private institutions across India, including IIM Bangalore, IIM Lucknow, BMS College of Engineering, Shadri College of Engineering, New Horizon College of Engineering. Uday ji has also been invited to be the mentor for the world's top university, Stanford University Seed Spark Startup Program for India and South Asia since 2020. An alumnus of Harvard Business School, USA, where he has completed his executive education with specialization in authentic leadership and corporate governance. And he holds a bachelor degree in electrical engineering from Bangalore University. He began his career in HCL and later moved to Digital Equipment Corporation, the world's second largest computer company, in 1992 in Bangalore. He also launched and set up DEC Networking Products Division for India and South Asia. During his tenure at DEC, he architected and executed some of the largest network in India that included VSNL's Internet Gateway Network, Concon Railway Network, Extra, and in 1998 he was appointed as the Managing Director for India and South Asia for Systems in the number 2 US based networking major. He was the promoter and vice president and was instrumental in setting up a US based startup Net Devices Networks India Private Limited, which was subsequently acquired by Alcatel Lucent Corporation, where he served as Director India Middle East region. In 2010, he joined Hewlett Packard India as a country manager, network business with overall responsibility of the division. In 2040, he set up Think Street Technology, a startup to develop go-to-market strategies and startup ecosystems across the globe. We welcome you, sir. Along with him, we are having Mr. Madhav Bissa, Program Director, NASCOM Center of Excellence, Artificial Intelligence and Data Sciences. He is an enabler of open innovation and collaborative ecosystem and currently designs and implements various programs involving governments, enterprises, innovators, and investors. He provides the interface for the various initiatives undertaken by the progressive government of Telangana and Karnataka with a focus on data science and AI domain. He is a senior management professional with more than 22 years of work experience in advertising organization globally in the field of strategy and organizations. He works at the confluence of data, innovation, technology, and strategy. He enjoys a deep and wide network of professionals across the continents, a lifelong learner with an outlook, and he believes in learning, unlearning, and relearning quickly. Madhavji has done his MBA from Hult International Business School and an advanced diploma in management accounting for Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. He has an experience of having run 2 startups, his own to mentor startups, first generation entrepreneurs, new age professionals, and learners. As a part of his contribution to the society, he shares his knowledge and experience as a visiting faculty at B schools as a keynote speaker at various forums. We welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
You know what is the single most goal of every human being? Huh? Huh? Happiness. What else? Anybody else? Huh? Peace, happiness. Actually, see, all of us are born, right? Ultimate goal, if you see, as a baby, you gain some kind of a consciousness of your surroundings around, you know. And even as a baby, you're always wanting to be happy. I mean, happy yourself and bring happiness to everybody else. Actually, if you see technology that we are using, whether it is social media, all these great projectors, facilities, whatever, everything revolves around happiness. You look at the advertisement companies, they will talk about some Cadbury's chocolate bringing happiness to once you consume it. Even on the other side, which is not a good example, even the liquor companies or the aerated drinks, they all use some mega models to promote happiness. So that's what it is. So I know it's post lunch, so can we take a vow to be happy for the next 1.5 hours? Huh? So we just finished Diwali, right? So I'm sure you would have sent so many WhatsApp messages, Facebook, Instagram. What did you say in your message? Happy Deepavali. So why can't we say happy afternoon? Happy afternoon? Happy afternoon? Why are you shy? Happy afternoon. Yes, I think that is better than saying good afternoon, right? Let's be happy. So another example is when you go to the airport, see your papa or mummy, bye-bye, you say, wishing you good journey, huh? Wishing a happy journey, right? So I think more and more focus on your happiness and others' happiness. You will see your life elevate to a different level. Get up in the morning, wish your father, mother, happy morning. Instead of good morning, it sounds much better. It gives that, unknown energy to the other person. Right? So use that. I think, so I think Ashish Khare set a good foundation, and he himself is an experienced entrepreneur, startup, corporate executive. I know him indirectly for almost 20 years, but directly since I was advisor for the startup company Mentorcart. I've seen him grow from a small room like a business center, just 2 chairs, that's it. Today he has 60 employees and a valuation of some 50 crores. Morning just told me. And investors, some global investors who have invested a lot of money. So that's his passion. More than the valuation, that's his passion. So I want to again ask same questions differently. Same questions, but I am expecting a different kind of an answer. Right? How many of you want to be startups? I know you're suddenly shocked, different question. He also asked, right? Ashish also asked how many of you want to be. How many of you want to be startups? Why this sudden caution? You think I have some hidden message? Huh? How many of you want to be startups? Again I'm asking. Startup founders. Nobody? Okay. Huh? Yeah, slowly 2-3 hands. Okay. 3, 4. Huh? Slowly. I think the shyness. Yeah, correct. So you are waiting for somebody to become like a startup and then I'll also become. Huh? No, that's not how it should be. Okay. Another question related to that. How many of you want to be entrepreneurs? Means do your own business. Almost 80%. You think startup and entrepreneur is same? Ashish Khare was a startup. A startup can be an entrepreneur, but entrepreneur need not be a startup. Do you understand the difference? Huh? is the difference? Yeah, tell me.
Basically, in a startup, there are expectations to fail, and there are a lot of risks. While being an entrepreneur, you need to be in a position of being a leader and continuing the thing that you have already.
Okay. So, not the right answer, not the wrong answer. That's my view on this. So, a startup, Ashish Khare is a fantastic example of a startup, okay, where he's putting in his passion to solve a problem. Remember, startup means it's not about money. It's not, you're not doing that to become a unicorn or a billionaire, whatever. You're doing something out of your passion to solve a problem. He is solving a major problem, the gap between the skills in various sections of the society, between students and corporate students and maybe entrepreneurs or students and corporate employees, educational institutions. So he is trying to solve that huge skills gap in these various sections. That is why he is a startup. Let's say one of you, your father is a great businessman. He owns a big shoe store in Connaught Place. Okay, he's doing maybe 1 crore rupees per month business, 10-15 crores per year. Good, fantastic business. Shoe business, you must be getting 30-40% margin. So very good. You have a fancy car, house, everything. Okay, that's entrepreneurship. You have a business and you want to, from Connaught Place, you as his son, you want to open another shoe store in maybe one of the fancy malls in Noida. That is entrepreneurship. Nothing wrong. You're not solving any problem. You are, expanding your father's business already, which is well established, with the same experience, with his inspiration. You're setting up another business in Noida or Pithampur or Rohini or wherever. That is entrepreneurship. You understand the difference? Entrepreneurship and don't confuse yourself. When your father says that I want you to be a startup, yeah, I'm sure with his experience he will say that go and solve a problem. Not that whatever hard work I have done 40 years, you go and set up another business. That is not what he means. He means is go and solve a problem out of your own passion yourself. That is the big difference. I'll give you some more examples. Just 5 years back here, I think here in Delhi, I was invited for a very big conference. And you know Uber? How many of you don't know Uber? How many of you never used Uber? Okay, good. So Uber, I am one of the earliest users of Uber, and I love the founder. You know who's the founder? Travis Kalanick. He's an American guy, I think must be European immigrant to America. Travis Kalanick. Loved the passion that he had. And I met him 5 years back. Then I was chatting with him how he founded Uber. Okay? Do you know the story how he founded Uber? See, he lived in some city, I don't know which city in US, and then he's a computer engineer, so he used to go to some job. So I think in the city, whatever, he didn't have his own car. So he used to go to one of the taxi stands and wait, no taxis. Because peak time, if you've been to America, you know, America in taxis and all, it's as bad. Only now it has improved. Those days I'm saying. Those days means 8-10 years back when it was founded. So he used to go to one of those taxi stands or the places where, taxi are available. No taxi. So every day he used to go to office late. You know what he did? He developed a very simple app. In that locality, that district, whatever, in US, one of the cities, he took all the taxi guys' numbers and put the numbers and aggregated onto the app. And he socialized that app to all the residents and some of the employees who were going to work at that time. Simple. That became a global sensation. He took that to the city, he took to the country, now he took it to the globe. And till recently, it was the highest valued startup in the world. $70 billion. Many big companies, IBM, 100-year-old company, was valued lesser than Uber. What did he do? Tell me, what did he do? Correct. Solved a problem. Simple. Don't think about solving some big problem that I will send some rocket to Mars and I will sit on it and go next year I will be landing in Mars. No, don't think of such mega problems. Think about simple problems that you can solve for your father, mother, your community, your brother, or your surroundings or whatever. Solve that. I am telling you, will become much bigger than the biggest of unicorns. We don't need people to solve such kind of Mars or Jupiter problems. There are different set of people, they will do that. Okay, that is the difference. A startup is a typical Uber, Travis Kalanick kind of an example. Same if you get inspired by Jeff Bezos, Amazon. He started in a small room with one table like this. He used the internet and was selling books on the internet. And you see there is a picture. At that time he had a lot of hair, now he has no hair. So that is the passion with which he has built a mega empire in the world, innovated. Look at Flipkart, they are doing extremely well. But they are able to only stick to only some e-commerce business. Amazon is the biggest employer in the world today. You talk to any engineer who is going to US, where are you joining? Amazon. That is the power of innovation. That is the power of trying to solve a problem. So I have about 10 slides. I want to more for provoking your thoughts rather than it's not like a formal presentation. So there are a few other things that I wanted to talk about. So what did Uber do? See, there is another terminology. All of you are AI engineers, right? AI. Why did you join AI? Huh? Emerging field. Suddenly, next year, if I say AI is dead, what will you do? See, whether you choose AI or mechanical engineering or industrial engineering or architecture, that inner passion should be there. Okay, if it is not there, if you joined because your neighbor joined, or if your father told you, hey, beta AI is सबसे बड़ा lucrative salaries मिलता है उधर, join. That may be a good reason, but that should not be the real reason. You must rethink and see, okay, अभी तो AI में आ गया, अभी within AI, what is that I want to do? I want to solve a problem for the humanity. I want to create some, fantastic product, maybe a great automobile which will be completely AI driven and whatever. It can be anything. So that passion should be working alongside whatever you're chosen. Don't do it because of some peer pressure or father told you or mother told you or whatever. My own daughters, I'll tell you, when I joined, all of you are just fresh in engineering, 1 year. So when I started engineering in 1981, you were not even born, right? So 81, there was no computer engineering. Forget AI. Only AI in you was Air India. So I didn't know what was AI, what was data analytics. I didn't know what is data also. Okay, but one thing I knew, that electricity is the fundamental genesis of everything. Without electricity, nothing can be done. Without electricity, can you have AI? No. Without electricity, can you do robots? No. Electricity in different form, battery, storage, whatever, right? I knew that. Without electricity, nothing is possible. And I used to prepare some small models of generators, very simple. One of my friend who was my senior, my neighboring friend, he used to help me prepare small generator which was made from some wooden pieces, generate, and it used to light up a lamp, small lamp. My interest before engineering started with that kind of a inquisitiveness. And I did not join electrical engineering. Neither my father forced me to join electrical engineering. Nobody forced me. I knew that is the future. Electricity is going to drive everything. And believe me, computer engineering came 10 years later. 81 I started. I think at the time I was graduating, 96, they started the first course in computer science. It was called BE Computer Science. Now that computer science has been split into some 10 different subjects: AI, robotics, data analytics, telecom, so many things. In one way, it may look confusing. Other way, I look at it as a great opportunity for you to specialize in so many different things. You can do BTech in AI, then you can do MTech in robotics. Correct? They are all connected. So look at it. I think the universe is offering so many opportunities for you. You are a lucky generation. I was going to tell you my own family story. So I joined engineering. First job was the only computer company at that time, HCL. I think ma'am's husband works in HCL. The first job was HCL. It was a small company, hardly 100 people. Today it is the world's number 3 or number 5 company. At that time it was a startup. It was a real startup. So HCL I joined, and then whatever God's grace, I became, I used to work very hard, became a manager, and then I joined another US company, became a leader of a business division. At the age of 34, I became an MD of a number 2 US company. Terrific growth. All I would say, God's grace, my family's best wishes, and my passion. That's all. Right? So, then, I got married, and also 50% of the time I was never at home, because either I'm sitting in some front of customer, or, giving some lectures or talks to, in seminars or whatever. So, my kids, they saw this, and they all started schooling, and my kids saw my lifestyle and said, Papa, I don't want this. If your IT engineer is this, living in 5-star hotels and living in planes and sitting in front of cars, half the time I was not at home. So my wife used to complain, look at this guy, all the work I am doing. So they used to tell me also, whenever I used to come back, I used to go sometimes on Tuesday and come back on Friday. My wife used to tell me, don't come home, check yourself into the ITC hotel, we will come and see you. So that is the lifestyle I had. So both my daughters said, this is not the lifestyle I want to have. IT engineers means if this is the lifestyle I don't want to have. So one is becoming a lawyer, other one has taken the finance field. So what I'm trying to tell you is, today's generation, they want their own passion. My elder one was interested in finance, fintech. That's also an AI based company, but she is specializing in finance. Younger one, completely law. So don't get influenced by your parents or whatever. So I am very happy that they never got influenced by my IT image, big image or whatever. Anybody else? I've seen in families, especially in Karnataka, father is a doctor, mother is a doctor, son is a doctor, son's son is also a doctor. Only thing is, one is in gynecology, other one is gastroenterology, other one is a dentist, another one is some orthopedic. But all because of the pressure. Doctor banna hai, nahi to, that's the mindset, the closed mindset. Today, like Dr. Vats in the morning said, this is an open campus. keep your minds open, always open, whether you are in AI or in telecom 5G or whatever. Keep your minds open. Look, new opportunities come every day. Keep your passions always on. That is what it is. Okay. And so now I just want to go through a few slides so that it will trigger more thought than my friend. This is one slide which I use very, very often, and it's a sort of a reminder for myself. When you start a startup or when you build a company of your own, the first thing you do is vision. What is the problem or what is the vision for your company? Right? So similarly, you should have a vision for yourself. What do you want to become? I think one of you said you want to become something. So, or what is the problem that your company is solving? That all comes in the vision statement. But here's what the actual vision should be. Now you can convert this into a language which will be relevant for your company. Vision without action is merely a dream. It's easy, no? You can write some English and call it a vision. Action without vision just passes the time. No vision, just daudra, running like a mad person, 100 kmph, 200 kmph. You are not going to win any race. You have to be well prepared, you have to have a proper vision, you have to have the focus, then only can win any race. Even an athlete, he will have a vision that this year I am going to be a national champion, next year I am going to win the Asian medal, then third year I am going to compete in the Commonwealth, fourth year I am going to be an Olympic winner. That's how step by step you have to have the vision. You cannot say, आज उठ गया कल ओलंपिक गोल्ड मेडल विन करूंगा. That's not what happened. You should have the vision, parallelly have an action plan. Vision with action can change the world. Remember, this is one of the most powerful quote that I have seen which impacts my life, has impacted for a very, very long time. Whatever you do, have a vision, back it up with an action plan. Three things. My mantra, you talk to anybody, they will give you different flavors of this. I gave you 3 mantras, you should always remember. I gave you 2 examples, right? Which were those 2? Startup examples? Uber and Amazon. Uber and Amazon. You know why they are so famous? Why they have become so big? They solved a problem and they have innovated. Means that they solved a problem that nobody else has solved. That is innovation. Remember, there's no point, no? Somebody is, in your third year is solving the same problem. What is the point? You may be more brilliant. What is the point in solving the same problem? Until unless you have some real good idea with a much lower cost, okay, and a different way, faster way of solving the problem, then it makes sense. But if you are solving the same problem, it doesn't make sense. That's why it's important to be in touch with your community, competition. You have to be very well socially connected. Okay, networking. I remember, I actually in the previous session I did not give the full story. I get invited to almost all the top institutions in the country, lowest to the biggest, IITs, IIMs. Most recent experience I had, also related to one story, I will tell you both. So, Vellore Institute of Technology, VIT, fabulous. I have seen that institution 20 years back. It was a very, very ordinary. I mean, nice institute, very, very ordinary. Like any old college. I used to go there I was working in Digital Equipment Corporation, for networks, selling networks. I used to sell networks and I did the networking and, after that, never had an opportunity to go there. Suddenly, recently, their director called me and said that I want you to come and do a workshop like this, full day workshop. This is a 2-day, but that was a 1-day workshop. and they'd invited two other people. And fabulous campus. They are near Vellore. Vellore, you know, is very famous for Vellore Medical College also. They solve some real big cancer-related problems. So this is a engineering college, very, and they are Institute of Eminence. You know, Institution of Eminence, only some 10 top institutions along with IITs. They are IIT category. So they called me, and so they put me into the within the campus, beautiful guest house, which is like a 5-star. So they put me in the guest house, and then next day I went for the talk, did the workshop. Then in this kind of a class, I made an announcement saying that anyway, when I'm traveling, I don't get much sleep. If anybody is interested for any mentoring sessions, you can please come over to my room. I'll be happy to do, mentoring. And then I finished the class 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I was just doing some work on my laptop, and 3-4 guys called up. Sir, I have some idea I want to discuss with you. I told them, okay, no problem. 8 o'clock I'll be free. I'll be free. So 3-4 guys landed up. Young guys, they're all like third year, second year types. And then I spent 2-3 hours till almost 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I was sitting and telling the same thing in a smaller thing, how to be a startup, what are the ideas, what kind of the current ideas, what they can do and all. Believe me, this is how people become successful. When you are given an opportunity, you should grab it. Today I am not giving an opportunity because I am too tired, tomorrow I have to come back. So, but I am saying, when somebody calls you, grab the opportunity. This I remembered because just in 2013 I was in Harvard in Boston, and then recently somebody told me about the story about a dormitory. You know, dormitory, they call it dormitory. In India, dormitory looks like a low-level thing. But their dormitory is a Harvard dormitory dorm means it's a proper, like a, what you call, what is it? Like a hostel, right? Hostel room. So, Facebook, right? Who's the founder of Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg. So Mark Zuckerberg was Harvard. I think he exited before he finished Harvard because the idea became so big. So he was in Harvard when he was, I think, in the the final year or whichever year. So he called 4 of his friends, saying that, hey guys, I have a great idea. I want to discuss with you. Come over to my room. Saturday, Sunday, something he said. And you know what? Out of those 4 people, only 2 people turned up. They were so totally there were only 3 people. Himself and 2 other people. Other 2 guys, I thought, hey, कौन है, कुछ भी बुला रहा है हमको, ये क्या, कौन मेरा नींद खराब कर रहा है? So they didn't turn up. Within 3 months, he launched Facebook. All the 3 guys became billionaires. Who's having the last laugh? Huh? It's a great example. This is a real example. So I'm not saying I'm a great guy. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg and whatever. Anybody can know. Doctor, what's may call you suddenly? Hey, guy, you have this thing. So you must be having that open mind, inquisitiveness, openness, saying that, hey, bula raha hai to kuch, it must be something important that he wants to talk to me. That's how you should be at this age. If you adapt that attitude, you will go a long way. After I joined HCL from my campus, Bangaloreans are very, very conservative people, shy people. Were, not now. I am a perfect example. So, we never used to venture out of home. 8 o'clock, there are no mobile phones those days. 8 o'clock, we have to be at home, whatever. No, why 8? I think it is 7:30 before it gets dark. We're at home, no questions asked. Otherwise, that day, parents pitai hoga. So, now people venture out at 9 o'clock, I think. So, 9 p.m. So those days, in that environment, I joined HCL from the campus, and they said, they gave me an appointment letter. 2 days this, 2 days they came, time. They said, you have to report in Delhi for a 1-month training. बहुत मुश्किल से I think those days my father was working in HAL, so got a plane ticket, only one flight to Delhi that time, got a plane ticket, landed in Delhi, training sab khatam hua. Then my parents were thinking, oh beta training sab khatam ho gaya, aayega Bangalore mein, or good company and all, he'll work. When I came to Delhi, HCL had they never told me this. HCL had a policy that first posting will always be outside your hometown. So they threw me into Bombay. Said, you want this job? Go and report in Bombay. And again they gave me only 2 days time. So I quickly came back to Bangalore, packed up all the bag and reported in Bombay. I could have said, no, ye kaun jayega ye Bombay? Let me tell you, the Bombay stint that I worked for 6 years changed my life. From a shy boy from Bangalore, today I give talks to across universities across the globe, and multiple thousands of people I address online and offline about. And I must thank HCL for that. Otherwise I would have been the same shy boy, just maybe okay type of thing. So when opportunities come, grab it. Don't dissect it too much. Don't do, in corporate terms, we say analysis paralysis. Both, as much as you analyze, you will paralyze your mind. Don't get into this mode of analysis paralysis. A lot of people, I told this in the morning, a lot of people come to me for jobs. Before sending the resume, they will tell, I say, hey, do you want a job in Alcatel? If I ask, they will dissect Alcatel. Sir, ये किधर है company? Building अच्छा है क्या? उसका cafeteria सब अच्छा है क्या? They get into all kinds of unwanted. I think Ashish brought this point. Don't get into unwanted analysis of what I tell them rudely. Boss, पहले appointment letter ले लो, बाद में analyze करेंगे. Whether that is relevant or not. Because what should be the point of analysis? Whether the job is suitable from your passion perspective, whether it is the right thing, not whether it is, it is a beautiful office, air condition hai kya, cafeteria acha hai kya, money is important but not the most important. Don't get into factors which are irrelevant. 4 or 5 factors have to be related to your passion. Okay? So I will, leadership. When I say leadership, can you give me some examples of leadership? It doesn't have to be in startup, anything, in startup also included. Anybody can give examples of leadership? Best leaders. When I say leadership, whom do you think of? Huh? 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 Name? Kohli. Okay. Kohli. Huh? Mahatma Gandhi. Leader. Okay. Then third. What else? Any other names? Huh? Good. What else? Huh? Good. Politician but great leader. What else? Huh? Huh? You gave an example. Steve Jobs. Fantastic. What else? Huh? Great. Any other? Huh? Madhavji? So, I like him. Fantastic. Huh? Huh? Krishnaji. Great. Sri Krishnaji. Huh? What else? Any other names? See, all these names that you took, great leaders. I'll add more names. Ratan Tata. Okay, some unknown names also. Of course, Narayan Murthy, Nandan Nilekani. And I am not shy, even it is not a political statement. Prime Minister Modi. Great leaders. But have you realized there must be something common in all of them to have come to that position? It's not by luck. None of them came there by luck. I, in fact, don't even believe in luck at all. I always believe luck, if there is anything at all, luck favors the brave. Everybody you see had this fearlessness as a common factor. Right? It's not, nobody became leaders by luck or just because they were fearless or whatever. There are few common factors that none of them because they were IIT. Steve Jobs is an college dropout. Michael Dell is a college dropout. So many such examples. Kohli, I think he talked example. He's failed a couple of times and then, but consistently performing. So this is leadership is actually the most important, most underrated attribute among startups. And for you, the leadership journey starts today. You need to, and what is the meaning of leadership? I will give you the example, or rather, definition of that. Before I get into that, do you understand this? Do you see any meaning out of this slide? Very, very powerful. And we tend to just take it types. Where are you getting the first thing from? College, from the professors. Yes, from books, libraries, reading, online, whatever, knowledge. But if you read, I'll give you 10 PhD books. Okay, you are great in that. Chalo, I'll give you 10 books. I'll give you 2 years time. I'll give you salary. Just read 10 books. Can you come out and make the biggest invention? It's not at all possible. The biggest attribute or the biggest thing that is relevant to today's world is experience. Why am I standing here? Why is Madhav? In fact, Madhav, I'm pot shot at you. Madhav with so much experience, he's looking like Jeff Bezos. You see his fantastic hairstyle. Jeff Bezos will be inspired by you. I literally mean that. Experience is what drives today's world. Why is Modi today so great? Because he had the experience of making almost a rundown state to the #1 state today. Obama is seen fantastic life. He did his law from Harvard. Steve Jobs went through hell. He was fired from Apple, came back to Apple and then turned around the company. Many such examples. Many such examples. Humble, read. In fact, there are many books. I have done some case studies also. You know Starbucks? You know who was the longest serving CEO of Starbucks? You know recently there is an Indian origin CEO. Huh? Do you know that? Worldwide? Indian origin. Do some. Starbucks is a fantastic case study. There's a CEO called Jeff Howard Schultz. Okay, I did a case study of him in HBS. Fantastic guy. He's a story. Starbucks became famous countrywide. See, you know, America is not at all a coffee drinking country. He sold coffee to the Americans. China is a tea drinking country. 3,000 outlets, Starbucks outlets in China. Within a gap of 10 years. They entered, I think, somewhere 90s. By 2000 odd, 3,000 Starbucks outlet. And the biggest Starbucks outlet is in China, in Beijing. That is leadership. And he didn't do any fraud or whatever it is, through his own leadership. And he also left. Howard Schultz left Starbucks, but Starbucks started going down. Share value started going down, and they were not growing. So the board brought him back. 2 times it has happened. So then what he did was, he started grooming. He said that how long can I keep bringing back this company again and again? I love this company, but there has to be a time where it has to be handed over. So today I think Narasimhan is the Indian origin CEO. Narasimhan, right, Madhav? Yeah, Narasimhan. I think is a Indian-born CEO. He is the CEO of Global Starbucks. So he's taken a period of 1 year to groom to become his fantastic replacement. These are all great case studies. So when all the names that you mentioned, whether it's Ratan Tata, Narayan Murthy, Obama, Mahatma Gandhi, Modi, don't just go because newspaper is saying that these guys are great leaders. Read their autobiographies. Read their autobiographies, understand why they became great. That is the inspiration you need when I say leadership. Read about them. You will understand what are the challenges. No person has had a fantastic life throughout. They've all gone through worse times. What is important is not their up period. How they manage during the down period that is leadership. Everybody goes through ups and downs. Let me tell you this. But how you manage the down period, that is your leadership capability. Because economies will come up, go down, whatever it is, but you still need to keep the company floating. We talked about layoffs. Suddenly, for no reason, layoffs can happen. But what does that mean? You go into depression, right? You have to be prepared with some new skills, new hobbies, take a short break, do something. These are all the leadership capabilities that will help you. When you read such stories of these great people, at least I'm telling you, that's a homework. Whoever your role model, whoever leadership, can be Kohli also. You think is like a great leader that you admire, buy his autobiography, read it. Your leadership journey will be fantastic. You'll learn from them. Okay? So experience is what will help you connect all the dots. Experience can come from whatever little messages that we have given you, maybe some of the assignments you do in college, or some of the internship projects that you do when you're passing through the 4 years, or maybe the first job. After the first job, you have so much experience that you'll do a fantastic startup after that. So I'll give you a statement, very important. Experience can get you to places where a degree cannot. Do you know this? Simple statement. What is Steve Jobs? No degree, college dropout, but he went through hell. He went through ups and downs, through Mac, and he did so many companies, all famous companies, and he became so disillusioned. He went to Varanasi and the Himalayas. He spent some time. You know that? I'm not saying you do that. I'm saying circumstances will make you like that, but you still have to hold yourself firm. You know that your passion will finally get you to where you want to get. That is what experience is all about. Whenever somebody comes like this, it's not about me or Madhav or Ashish. Somebody else may come. Don't ever miss an opportunity. In this 2 hour, if you are able to implement just one sentence of what each of us have told, your life is done. 2-hour lecture each, not required to absorb everything. One inspiration, one homework that we have given you, one statement that has made. If that registers in your mind and if you are able to implement, I'm telling you, will go a long way. This is what is required. So always remember, I think experience, nobody can displace that importance of experience. You know who is this person? Huh? Steve Jobs. Who is he? Apple. Yes. You understand this statement? Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Apple is, what is their valuation of, what's the valuation of Apple today? $1 trillion plus. 1 trillion, not billion. $1 trillion plus. What is the GDP of India? How much? $3 trillion. It's 1/3. They are, you can imagine, they are like 1/3 of India's valuation or business worth. And why is that they are so big? Can anybody make outside, has anybody even tried and made anything close to Apple? iPad is 3 times more expensive than some other Samsung Galaxy Tab or whatever, so many other tabs. Even the mobile phone, each of their mobile phones today are 1 lakh plus. I was telling the previous class, my wife has a Apple, both my daughters have all Apple products, right from the smallest of that iPod to iPad to iPhone to everything. I spent so much money, I had to settle down for a OnePlus. I said, you people enjoy, I am happy with this OnePlus. Though I love Steve Jobs. Of course, I have an iPad, but I'm just saying. So that is the power of the brand. My daughter, elder daughter, she's earning now. She doesn't touch, even if I give her my OnePlus, she doesn't even touch that phone. She's so much passionate about her Apple. That is the power of the brand that he's built with all his passion. Nobody can even come close to their display. Only thing I believe is, which I mentioned, is the camera. Possibly the OnePlus camera is as good as the Apple camera. Otherwise, nobody can build any product. They have not built any product close to that. And the brand. I know my niece lives in New York. Every year, this time during October, November, they launch a new iPhone 13, 14, 15, everything, every year the number. And this is the time they launch, October, November, December times. Started snowing, very cold. When they announced the date, saying that November 28th, we are going to launch the iPhone. Previous night, they go to the Apple store, they go and sleep in front of the store. Because the early phones given is all not for the online, people who come, because they're so passionate. My niece, she's married, of course, but she used to go sleep in the store, buy the first. So passionate, and they want to announce to the world that they have the first iPhone. That is the power of the brand, and that is the power of, what is it? Innovation. Always remember, when you innovate, you will always be ahead. When you innovate as a product, or when you do something, when you have a skill which is different from somebody else, no layoff can touch you. I think Ashish mentioned, if we today make 50 resumes, if all resumes, Vivekananda University, age, Mr. this thing, Miss this thing, how will the person, select, differentiate one from you? If you make a resume like that, everybody will be first class here. Everybody possibly with distinction. You have to have certain skills, certain passions, certain whatever activities that differentiate you from somebody else. Skills. Today's world, it is skills. That is what has to differentiate you from somebody else. If you have skills that match or relevant today, no layoff can touch you. Remember that. Twitter, I think he gave an example. Twitter, I'm told they had 7,000 employees. I'm told it can run with 50 employees. Elon Musk is protecting those 50 employees because those bring in the real skills that are required. Everybody else is bakwas. The guys who made resumes just like that. These are the lessons, these are the experiences somebody tells you, you have to pick up. Okay? Madhav, 5 minutes, okay? So, you become a startup, your own startup, you are a co-founder, founder, whatever. What is the first thing you'll do? Hire employees. For what? No, okay. Before that, you will You'll find a small office. You'll print your visiting card. Okay. What will you mention on the visiting card?
Contact details.
But before that, your name. What will you say yourself? CEO. So by putting a name CEO, you become a leader? No. At least I'm happy that you think. A title doesn't make you a CEO, or a title doesn't make you a leader. And let's say a venture capitalist invests 10 crores and he says, I like your idea, you take 15 lakhs salary. You think you are the highest paid. You think you are a great leader? No. So you need to remember, leadership is not about titles. Leadership is not about money. It's not about positions. Somebody may like you and say, why you are saying CEO? Become a chairman. Acha rahega. You think you're really a leader? I run my own company. I can put whatever I want. Chairman, super chairman, whatever, right? I don't like. In fact, many times I don't even put the title. I want to just be known as my brand, Uday. That's it. So that is, you need to remember, leadership is not about money, it's not about titles, it's not about position. It's a responsibility somebody has given you. When a VC has invested 5 crores in you, he's given you a responsibility to take care and protect that 5 crores and protect the interests of the company and the customers and the shareholders, board, whatever it is. That is a responsibility. Once you understand that responsibility, that is when you become a leader. I've seen many companies, they focus more on all these fancy leadership, salaries. No, startup, that's not at all the focus. The value that you bring in, that is more important. You don't become a leader by printing a card CEO. You don't become a leader by becoming a chairman. There are many people who are like that in position because of some automatic reason they become a chairman. No, and they treat their employees like crazy. So that is not leadership. Leadership is not a rank or privileges or titles or money. Leadership is about responsibility to your investors, to your shareholders, to your customers, employees, and most important, society. Why is it society? Society से क्या लेना देना है आपको? Huh? Why should you be bothered about society? Correct. No, but in what sense? In what sense? We are all, yes, in that way, yes. But what you are doing, if you are going against the norms of the society, whatever product, whatever service you are doing, if it is going against the norms of the society, you are not a leader. You are not at all a leader. Today, everything, all these 3-4 stakeholders have to be in sync with your leadership capability. If you are going against any one of them, you are great with your investors, fantastic shareholder value you are delivering. Employees, everybody is earning great money. Customers are happy. Okay? If your factory is polluting river Yamuna, you think you are a leader? It's possibility that somebody will put you in jail because you are polluting. So what leadership? Correct? I'm just giving one example. There's so many such examples. This is how society plays a key role. Same, I think, if you're delivering a product which is, maybe, creating some havoc among the youth with some bad product, but you're delivering great profits. That's not leadership. That is why you have to be connected with all the stakeholders around you, investors, shareholders, customers, employees. society. You cannot tend to neglect any one of them. Even a one single bad customer, single bad employee can reflect on your pool leadership. If one employee says that this guy harassed me, your leadership is gone for a toss. Same with customers. Correct? So this is actually for an awakening for me. So one more slide before I ask Madhav to come. This is actually this 2-day workshop we are doing. In fact, 3-day. I think Akanksha Sharma did yesterday also. Do you understand this slide? Where are you in this? Let us say you become a startup. You are in the center, right? As an entrepreneur startup, you are in the center. Can you be successful with any of them, without any of them? What will you do with the government? Huh? Yes, patents. Then you need statutory benefits. You need to set up a company. You need to go for approvals. Startup in India today is giving funding, grants. They are giving all kinds of encouragement for startups to come up. Educational institutions. Today you are studying. The fact that they have exposed you to experienced people like us, that itself means that you are part of they are part of your ecosystem. You may be the greatest of AI engineer. If you don't know how to connect with the customer, your project will fail. So either you have to know how to connect to the customer, or somebody has to help you. Maybe a mentor or the advisor, or somebody has to help you. Correct? And important, not the most important, is funding. You may be having a great idea, but here's another important fact where leadership will come into play. You have a great idea. You're building the best robot in the world. Okay? We'll do some fantastic things and deliver solve some major problem, let us say in defense or wherever. But you will go to the venture capitalist, okay, and you will throw your card. Sir, I am CEO of this company. I am making the best robot. You think the VC will invest in you? Why? You don't know how to behave as a leader. You're showing your arrogance because you have a great idea. I've seen such people. They'll say, get lost. Because leadership is a holistic, I would say, attribute, including how you dress yourself, how you behave, it's not a great idea. There are millions of people who will make a fantastic robot. But the investor should have the confidence that if I put my money, my robot is going to really sell well, and I am going to recover the money. That is leadership. So you have to demonstrate that leadership when you are sitting across the table with the investor. That is why I say leadership is a neglected topic. Young students, whatever, you're still learning, right? Even my daughters would have gone through this. They don't know how to behave. They think, investor, uska paas paisa, mera paas idea hai. Amitabh Bachchan's dialogue, what is that dialogue? माँ है, हाँ गाड़ी है, बंगला है, सब कुछ है. क्या है तुम्हारे पास? If you ask this kind of a question to VC, he'll say, जाओ दरवाजा है हमारे पास. So this is leadership. When you have a brilliant idea, you need to be grounded. You should be grounded always. But don't show your arrogance and say that I am the most brilliant idea. You need to be complete. You need to do your homework. The questions that the VCs will ask you, they are ruthless. VCs, venture capitalists, investors, banks, everybody. Because they are giving their money, no. It's their money. So that is where the leadership capabilities will come up. So become a responsible leader from today. Put something into action when you go back home, which will make you feel happy that I took the leadership. When you go back home, you're all engineers. There's a power failure. See with your own capabilities whether the fuse is fixed, or if the water filter is not working, don't wait for your father and mother. Call up the water filter guy and say, hey, come. I tell my daughters the same, saying they start taking responsibility. I can also do the same, no? But how will they learn if they don't start taking the initiative? Best leaders are those who are the same at home and in office. If you can be a great CEO, but if you are beating your wife at home, sorry, that's not leadership. Authentic leadership is where you behave the same at home, with your friends, your office, with your society, everybody. They should think this is a person I love to work with, because he lives by his principles. Across, wherever I see him, I should be the same person. Right? That is leadership. Okay, I think so. Few things about this we will talk. Madhav, come over, man. I think I can keep talking, but I think it's time so thank you. I think, so.
Can you hear? Okay. So far so good? Doing okay? May I request you to stand up, please? Okay. Now you may sit down. Okay, so these are nice tables. Can you start playing on tables for 2-3 seconds? Please done it, please done it, please done it. Thank you for your appreciation. Okay, I just took it because I just realized that many of you were almost on the verge of sleeping, dozing off. It's more to waken up your spirits now. Now tell me, you're all from the AI field, correct? And what is it about AI which interests you the most, or intrigues you the most?
How we can automate almost everything.
Is AI all about automation?
About making the computers smart so we can.
Computers are already smart AI. They can calculate, so they can calculate faster, quicker, and accurate, more accurate than what I can do with my hands. So how they do say that? Okay, I'll just make this very informal. Okay, so you don't have to be. Let's have a look at it. I was also a student just like you, but I just graduated from a student to a learner. And the difference is the student learns only for 3 or 4 years, but a learner learns the entire life. Call yourselves learner from now on. You learn. Yes. Anybody else about AI? What is something that is really intriguing about AI, or which interests you the most?
Logic. It's self-learning.
But we made AI. Yeah. We are far more logical. What is it?
Still, we were able to present a certain set of formulas, a scenario, and within like 3 years.
But well tried.
AI can advance almost everything, like contribution, everything.
How? That's okay. But yeah, but at least you spoke up.
It can do real-time work. It can do real-time work.
Yeah, but that's one of the things it can do. But what is it that interests you about AI personally? Why did you even take this?
More efficiently.
Sorry?
It makes the process.
Okay. So, what I deduced from you, what just you said, is that some point of time you want to use AI to optimize the processes for efficiency. Is that what you are looking at?
Yeah, the process right now we are using is quite, it's a big process, and it.
Honestly, tell me honestly, why did you even take up this course about data science and AI? Because Harvard said that it's going to be the sexiest job of 21st century. Or AI is something that's cool thing. यार आजकल market में AI चल रहा है चल कुछ तूफानी करते AI में स्टडी करते, something like that, something like that. I'm just asking you, are you working on any projects right now? How many of you are you working on projects? Sorry. May I ask what kind of project?
Web development project. Web development.
No, AI based. AI projects. Any? Is anybody working on NLP? Or yes.
I'm working on NLP.
Okay, what are you working on NLP?
So basically, we are trying to make up a WordNet. We are trying to make a WordNet, which means WordNets already exist for Hindi, English, and languages. And there is a government project called the Enterprenuership project. So we are making up it for to promote more Indian languages like Punjabi, Marathi, etc. So we are working on NLP.
So this is the Bhashini project.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other divisions of AI? Anybody working on AI or anybody working on data science? Anybody can anybody tell me what's the difference? Yes.
I'm basically working on trying to find out the factors that promote or mitigate the growth of an Asian company. So I'm working on stocks right now.
Okay, on stocks. Okay.
Types of technologies on stocks, real revenue models and neural networks and advanced networks like XGBoost,
Okay, lovely. Good. Yes, so how many of you plan to develop your career within AI? You are doing this course, but seriously, how many of you want to go the entire 9 years? How many of you want to go and do your PhDs in AI? Just one hand. And why? Yeah, PhD in AI, why? When you say love this field, be careful. When you say love, because in love you may not get any returns. I like my job. I like the work I do, but I never say love because you don't expect anything back when you love something or someone.
But sometimes it gives me self-satisfaction that I'm working.
Sometimes. Or you can go and play cricket, yeah, you can go to a gym and still do it. But what is it about AI? No, I'm just looking at, no, sit down. Huh? You're not comfortable sitting down? You need a mic?
No, I don't need a mic.
Huh?
So what the I think is if I love this field because I have self-satisfaction. Even for somebody else, it's also always about self-satisfaction. Love can't be always
Okay.
about this.
Let's do it the other way around. Allow me to be devil's advocate and say that if I'm satisfied with something, then why would I grow? How can I innovate? नहीं यार कुछ तो खराब है, कुछ होना चाहिए. वो satisfaction ठीक है यार नहीं है. Then that's how you innovate.
हमारे ये satisfaction होगी कि सर मैं काम कर रहा हूँ. जैसे
यार वो तो कोई भी और भी कर लेगा यार. AI क्यों लिया उसके लेकर आपने? कुछ और भी लेके कर सकते थे यार. So the kind of skill set that you have.
I still have. We are developing that skill set. So
Okay, so I'm just asking you because my point is why you are taking this and what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? I just want to understand. Anybody knows the difference between data science and AI?
sir,
You hold on to that. Yes.
the data science is about collecting the data and manipulating it, and AI is about using the data for a benefit.
You mean to say data science manipulates only?
Data science uses the data.
Okay, please don't go out and tell the others. So data science will come and say, who is this guy here? No, seriously, what's the difference? You are right, data collection is a part of data science, is a part of the entire data science value chain. You understand value chain? If not, please, it's okay. You can say, मुझे नहीं आता. You can say that, okay, I don't know. I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay with when you say that I know it all. I'm not okay with that. I'm okay with that, I would say, I don't know. Anybody? Yeah. So what are the different stages when you say data collection? What are the different stages? What the entire value chain? One is data collection, then
सर डेटा इसमें सर यानी कि डेटा को हम कलेक्ट करते हैं और सर उसमें से हम इनसाइट्स निकालते हैं अपने और सोसाइटी के बेनिफिट के लिए. लेकिन सर आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस
सोसाइटी को जरा साइड रख देते पहले. ठीक है, सोसाइटी के बेनिफिट बाद देखेंगे. ठीक है. अभी हम अपनी बात करते हैं, डेटा आपने लिया, डेटा निकाला, अब उसमें इंसाइट निकाला, आगे
तो सर उसके बेसिस पे सर हम प्रिडिक्टिव मॉडल्स क्रिएट करते हैं।
अच्छा।
उससे हमारा बेनिफिट
ठीक है, बेनिफिट हो, किसका बेनिफिट हो वो अलग बात है, ठीक है, बाद में डिसाइड करेंगे, वो बिजनेस डिसीजन है, पर आप सही जा रहे हो, बिल्कुल चलते जाइए।
और सर आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में सर हम ऐसी मशीन बनाते हैं जिससे सर मशीन जो है, यानी कि जैसे हम ह्यूमन सर हमारे पास एबिलिटी होती है, वैसे ही सर उसके पास भी एबिलिटी हो कि डिसीजन लेने की, सेल्फ लर्निंग।
सर रनिंग मशीन,
यस सर।
सर मशीन आ जाए, फिर हमारा क्या काम है?
So basically artificial
यू आर गोइंग द राइट पाथ।
is the intelligence which can do the advanced things which a human mind can't.
What? मतलब वो एक झटके में यूं जंप मारेंगे ऑप्टिमस प्राइम की तरह सीधा मून पे पहुंच जाएंगे। वैसे ही कुछ बोलो आप, मूवी देखते हो ना, ऑप्टिमस प्राइम पता ना कौन है? ऑटो, ये देखो ये है, ये भाई साहब जाके बिल्कुल, ये भाई ऑटोबॉट है, ट्रांसफॉर्मर नहीं, सिर्फ ऑटोबॉट है। हाँ अच्छा, आप बताइए, आगे बताइए।
So like the AI recently found designs of protein which scientists can't discover. तो वो AI के
Scientists can't discover or were not able to discover it as of now, till now, yet.
till now by their own knowledge, like
Okay.
they can't make it. But AI
So is that the reason that you chose AI, that it can do things that we have not done yet?
I'm telling you the difference between AI and data science.
Okay.
The AI can do the things which human brain can't.
But if I say, I'll counter your point and say, without data science, there is no AI.
Data science?
Without data science, there is no AI. If I tell you this,
Maybe you are right. I don't know.
maybe you are right. Okay. Anybody else wants to take a shot? Not you. Anybody else? Difference between data science and AI? Data collection. You said when we process the data. Data process करते हैं हम लोग. वो क्या होता है? Describe करते हो आप क्या? That's descriptive analysis.
सर जो डेटा हम कलेक्ट करते हैं सर वो ऐसे ही होता है, रो डेटा होता है, उसमें से सर हम उसे पहले ठीक करते हैं, क्लीनिंग करते हैं, उसके बाद उसमें
भैया आप है ना अपना नाम पता अपना रेज्यूमे दे के रखना, मेरे को इंटरेस्ट की जरूरत है, आपसे बात करूंगा अलग से। So he's got an opportunity now. Somebody who understands simple words. You need to define it simply. In simple words. So भाषा का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ठीक है? अगर आप तमिल भी बोलते, अगर मेरे को समझ में आ रहा था मैं कर ले, ठीक है? We'll have it. We'll have a discussion. So the first step is apart from collecting the data, description of the data, prediction that you said, when you work on it, you infer few things, and based on that inference, you get into description. So description, inference, and then you get into prediction.
And then you use the prediction to see if the market is going to.
तो मार्केट को भूल जाओ, अभी इसके बाद स्टेप क्या है? नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या है? बाहर बहुत बड़ा ग्राउंड है, पर यहाँ पे क्या है? एक स्टेप के बाद दूसरी क्या है?
To take the current step.
What do you call it? You know it, but you know it. It's on back of your mind, but you're not able to say it right now. Prescriptive होता है, उसके बाद prescription हो जाता है। क्या प्रिस्क्रिप्शन होता है कि नहीं होता है? जो आपने बोला क्या होता है? आप मेरे को बता रहे हो कि आप यहाँ से नहीं ऐसे जाइए, वहाँ से जाइए, वो क्या होता है? What does prescription mean? Tell me. Prescriptive analytics. Descriptive, predictive, prescriptive. Analytics, data science, and all what you call it.
Prescriptive basically means that this is something that you are going to take follow completely during the duration of the next.
So, sorry about that. Descriptive, predictive, and then prescriptive. The moment it becomes cognitive, it gets into what we call AI. What's cognition? So, like your eyes see, computer vision, NLP, what is NLP?
So basically,
आप अगर पंजाबी से हिंदी में कर रहे हैं या इंग्लिश में कर रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं?
a translation.
हाँ, ट्रांसलेशन कर रहे हैं। आप पंजाबी में बोलिए, मेरे को इंग्लिश में समझना है, इनको आता है तो इन्होंने कर दिया। सिंपल कॉग्निशन है, इट्स पार्ट ऑफ कॉग्निशन। ठीक, so when they start acting like human beings, the way we function, because it's artificial, because it wasn't created by us. Basically, it should be augmented intelligence. That's what we believe because it works a lot. How many of you know about NASCOM? How many of you know about NASCOM? TCS कितने जन को पता है? TCS को कौन जानता है? TCS नहीं पता। Infosys कितना जन जानते हैं? थोड़ा सा हाथ खाना है, आप मतलब देवता हो, वरदान दे रहे। आप भी जानते हैं Infosys? अच्छा। Amazon, मतलब IT कंपनीज जानते हैं, जितनी सारी IT कंपनीज जानते हैं? अच्छा। So NASCOM is an association, National Association of Software and Services Companies, not-for-profit organization. We are the voice of the Indian tech industry. अब जितनी टेक्नोलॉजी फर्म्स है वो सब हमारे मेंबर्स हैं, ठीक है? And we are ecosystem enablers, government, industry, academia and startups. In my role, I take care of the programs for data science and AI, within the data science and AI domains, and also 2 COEs, one for government of Karnataka, one for government Telangana. ठीक है? इसमें startups है. I have access to more than 500 startups, AI startups, data science and AI startups. So how many of you, like Uday asked earlier, Ashish also asked, I'll ask it again. How many of you are willing to take on to that startup journey? Are you clear about what startup is? Clear? Good. Yes, you were saying something.
Sir, you asked how many of you are willing to join.
तो इतना धीमे धीमे क्यों भाई? जोश कहाँ है भाई? जोश कहाँ है? ऐसे ही चले जाओगे यार, स्टार्टअप के जोश चाहिए होता है बहुत. So what's one thing that when you think of startup and all, what the first thing comes to your mind? वो तो आप नौकरी में भी कर सकते हो भाई, तो उसी से स्टार्ट करेंगे तो
माइंड में आइडिया आएगा, उसी में
तेरा भाई आज एक स्टार्टअप बनाएगा, ये बोलोगे आप जाके फिर?
Sir, giving value.
So I'm from Delhi, by the way. I've been living in Bangalore for many years, but I'm still a Delhiite at heart. So you will see a lot of Delhi mannerism in me. Yeah, बताइए. बस इतना ही, बस इतना से खाओ है.
बस इतना ही है, अगर कुछ किसी प्रॉब्लम के लिए आइडिया है तो ये आइडिया सॉल्व हो सकता है, तो उस पर अगर इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे एंड टीम बनेगी तो उस पर वो वैल्यू एडिशन करेंगे, लोगों पे वैल्यू एडिशन करेंगे, दैट्स व्हाट आई कैन स्टार्ट.
So you will, startup is all about adding value to the entire ecosystem. That's a good thought. But it all starts with the idea which is different. It's not run-of-the-mill thing, but then it gets into entrepreneurship mode. This is good. Any questions you have from me till now? मैं ये नहीं बताऊंगा पांडास कैसे काम करते हैं, नमदी कैसे काम करता है, बिल्कुल नहीं बताने वाला मैं. पक्की ठीक है, बोलिए. That's the question. I'll let Uday. When Uday is here, he'll guide you through that tomorrow in his presentation. Hold on to that. I can answer this, but I would like him to do that because he has got it in his presentation. Any other question? Data science, AI, careers. You can go ahead and ask about careers. You can go ahead and ask about projects. What we do. Any questions? I think randomly comes into mind. What's happening in AI these days? Anybody? What's new? अरे बोलो बोलो, कुछ नहीं यार, बोलने के पैसे नहीं लगते. Sorry? अच्छा ये क्या है? ये क्या आ गया भाई?
It's a type of an extension to the code editors where you write a few lines.
ये तो टेक्निकल हो गया, ये तो टेक्निकल हो गया. इसका फायदा क्या है? इसका
बस चीज बता दो, क्या चीज कोड बता देता है.
Look, it suggests you
क्या बात कर रहे
part
हो?
of the code.
मजा आ गया
Like we are running in a
कोडिंग सीखनी ही नहीं हमको तो फिर तो यार काम आसान हो गया
It's not.
आप क्वेश्चन पेपर सॉल्व कर सकता है वो कोई सोचा है
It's not completely perfect like for now,
हाँ
but it suggests you the parts of the code, like you're writing a function, like any function.
Good, thank you for this. How many of you get an opportunity or you go to conferences or seminars which talk about data science and AI, where the industry is there? I'm not talking just like paper presentation and all that, but yeah, that you should actually attend those also, that will enhance your technical knowledge. So how many of you go to or you talk to industry people and say that हमें पता है ये हो रहा है, क्या हम आ सकते हैं आपके कॉन्फ्रेंस में? And you'll be surprised, they are open for students. फ्री में जाइए और पैसे भी नहीं देंगे आपसे. How many of you do that? कोई एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ. मैंने आपको खड़े होने के लिए बोला था. I asked you to stand and then start playing on the table and desk and all. Nobody asked me why you did this. हाँ? एक मिनट. हाँ? हाँ ये तो आप सोच रहे हो.
हमारा इंटरेस्ट लाने के लिए मुझे अभी
हाँ?
हमारा और इंटरेस्ट है तो इंटरेक्ट
मतलब आप ही ने क्वेश्चन पूछे और आप ही ने आंसर कर दिया दिमाग के अंदर. मेरे को किसी ने नहीं पूछा. मैं पूछा nobody asked me. Did you listen to the question that I said asked? I said nobody asked me. I didn't say you did not ask the question. I said nobody asked me the question. Data science का सबसे पहला असूल है. What is data? What is the data saying and what is not the data not saying? Both things. Now, how none of you did anyone actually think कि पूछता हूँ या पूछती हूँ कि why he did this? नहीं सोचा ना? तो बोल दिया कर दिया. और फिर ये डेस्क पे चला जाए क्लास में अगर कर रहे होते तो प्रोफेसर निकाल देता आपको. पक्की बात. क्यों क्या किसी ने पूछा? क्यों दिमाग में आया? और अब बताइए कि क्यों मैंने पूछा. अब आप लगाइए, ऑप्शंस दीजिए, सिनेरियो प्लानिंग कीजिए.
सर ताकि थोड़ा इंटरैक्टिव हो, थोड़ा सा हम इंटरेस्ट.
हाँ जी सर. आपको मैंने बोला था खड़े होने के लिए फिर डेस्क पे जाने के लिए. क्यों? हमारा अटेंडेंस सीखने के लिए मतलब it's okay. But what I'm trying to say is that even if speak up. आपने मुझसे क्यों नहीं पूछा? मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि आपको लगा कि नहीं यार ये कुछ बाहर से आया बड़ा इंडस्ट्री के लोग हैं, डर लगता है कि यार.
आपका रिस्पेक्ट करने
हाँ तो आप सोच रहे ठीक है बोल दिया. आउट ऑफ रिसर्च लास्ट बैच में यही बोला सर. आप आउट ऑफ रिसर्च वी डिड नॉट आस्क. क्यों? कि अगर हम पूछते तो हमें लगता है कि शायद डांट बजता है. कौन डांटता भाई? मैम अपने मतलब आपने घर में कभी की डांट नहीं खाई है क्या? पेरेंट्स की डांट नहीं खाई है? खाइए. हम तो इतनी खा चुके फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है. पता है यहाँ पे शैतान कौन है? पता लग गया कौन शैतानी करता ज़्यादा. गुड. बट व्हाट आई वांट टू कन्वे द मैसेज टू यू इज टेक दैट फियर आउट. It was more than respect. Is the fear of asking a question to somebody out there and to be seen as a stupid person out there, isn't it? मैं क्यों पूछूं? कोई और पूछ ले. Isn't it? So if you would have said, by the way, you could have politely asked, may I know, sir or Madhav, why is it that you asked us to do this? Okay, we did it because you asked us, but why? Do you ask why? So go back when you go get some time from your Facebook and all, other work and all, type in Google the 5 whys. WHY, whys. It's a management concept. Ask 5 whys before doing anything and you get the answer why you are doing it. Okay. You need to understand first of all, even it's a startup, entrepreneurship, you go and work anywhere. You're building this model, this predictive model. Why do I need this predictive model? What's the objective? What's the objective? Okay, start with that. Be courageous. That doesn't mean you don't have fear. Well, fear is always there, but your desire to succeed should be far greater than your fear of failure. Fear of failure is always there. Remember, it's always there. It's a bit necessary because without it, you will not be motivated to do few things. Okay, वो बोलता है ना डर के आगे जीत है, भूल गए माउंटेन ड्यू इतनी जल्दी भूल गए, कितना गंदा ब्रांड है इसका मतलब, सब भूल गए. So be courageous, that I would say. What you heard about Steve Jobs when Uday was talking, that he was fired from the company that he actually started, but he then came back and did that. How was he able to do that? Any thoughts apart from courage? Any thoughts?
Dedication.
Yes, that can be there. Solid reason. नहीं भाई liquid था उसका reason. अब बोलो.
Most important love for the company and goal achievement.
नहीं उसको पैसे भी मिले थे वापस यार, तो लोग ट्रांजेक्शन बिजनेस ट्रांजेक्शन हो गई ना वो तो.
शायद एक विजन था उनका.
या आप शायर बन जाओगे मेरे को लगता है, एआई में कुछ बनो, एआई शायर बन जाओगे. नहीं आप ही की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, आप ही ने बोला था ना लव फॉर द, किसने बोला था? आप बोलोगे फिर कि एआई शायर ही लिखेंगे, एआई पे शायर. इट कैन बी अ गुड थिंग, यू कैन एक्चुअली मेक अ प्रोग्राम व्हिच कैन राइट शेर व शायरी. इधर इकट्ठा करेगा सबकी, गुलजार भी कर लेगा कभी, कभी और कौन था गालिब, हाँ गालिब, ये वो भी शायर, उन सबकी लिखा के मिक्स मैच करके. Another project you can work on using NLP.
Sure.
शेक्सपियर का वो है, उसकी रैंडम करके दे दी बोलते हैं.
भाई इतना नहीं लेना सर के ऊपर लाइफ के अंदर, आगे बहुत चीज़ें हैं. हाँ और बताइए. एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ व्हाट?
Experience of the company, how to maintain it.
Okay, so you mean before he was way before he was fired or okay, where did I leave that? I had noted down something. Must have left somewhere. Okay, so this framework that in the last batch we discussed about the 5 C's and 5 R's. So we made up the framework while we were discussing all these things. The first thing is that he was clear about what he has to do, clarity. And he was conscious of what the market needs are. When I say market needs, it has to be like customer, what the customer wants. Okay, what customer needs. And if I give you a phone and you have to type in every now and then, would you be able to, if I give you a phone, you have to press the buttons always, or if you just speak and it does the thing, which one do you think is better for you? Pretty obvious, right? It's an easy thing to do. Okay, so yeah, so similar, something on similar, did not happen till it was there, but it happened later on. But he understood that it can be used in an easier manner. That's when he was conscious of it. And then what he did with the company, he built the capabilities. Thing that you are doing right now. You are building your capabilities. Now you have to get clarity, you have to be conscious of what's required in the market and all. And then what happens after that? So you have clarity, you have consciousness, you have capability. What do you do next? 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes, not more than that. What do you do after that? No, the next C. You capitalize on it. You understand capitalization? Heard about that? I mean, that means you make the best out of it. Paisa kamate ho. So he made money on it, Apple is making money off it. And then all these things are true. What's the important thing that that needs to be done?
Consistency.
Oh, that's there. While you build your capabilities, consistency is one of the capabilities also. One of the attributes also.
Complete.
When you complete, yeah. Lastly, yeah.
Vision towards
You communicate. Selling is part of communication. You communicate. So, as data science and AI professionals, soon to be professionals, you are still professionals in the making. You need to understand that communication is the key. Many of the data science and AI projects that have failed is failed not because there's a problem with the technology, but the problem in communication. And I'm sharing this experience with working with so many industry leaders, working in this space for quite some time, working intensively in this space for some time now. Okay, communication. Now, then we'll speak about 5 R's. First R is the role. You should know the role. What's your role? Like Ashish said that you go for, let's say one company gives you a package of 20 lakhs, the other one gives you 50 lakhs, the third one gives 25. You will go with the one 25. But the one which is 50, and you said no. You are saying no.
No, I see.
You said yes, you'll go with 25.
Depends.
Depends. Now, that's a good caveat. So, you need to see the role. So, as data science and AI students, what is the kind of role you are looking at? How many of you want to be ML engineers? He already said that नहीं मेरे को नहीं बनना नहीं बनना इंजीनियर नहीं बनना ML इंजीनियर नहीं बनना आपको क्या बनना है
सर IoT इंजीनियर बनना है
हाँ IoT इंजीनियर हाँ ठीक है गुड और ही इज क्लियर अबाउट दिस और क्या करोगे इसको बाद में बात करेंगे anybody else what you want to do after this degree AI के अंदर so how many of you want to be AI engineers or AI quality engineers yes AI in healthcare. Interesting. That's a very in thing now. And if you want any mentorship in that, please contact me.
Do your project. Concentrate on your studies for some time.
Anybody else? आप पढ़ाई कर रहे हो ये क्यों कर रहे हो पढ़ाई नौकरी करोगे कुछ भी करोगे लेकिन कुछ तो रोल होगा ना आपका कोई तो रोल आपने सोचा होगा अपने लिए भाई कहावत है ना पुरानी कि ये दुनिया गोल और सबका रोल है ना है तो अब that's what I'm asking what's the kind of role that you what's the kind of role you are looking at once you are through with this entire studies and all something of course you are doing this so data analyst good now that's the kind of answer I'm looking at data analyst yes. How many data engineers, how many about data management, data warehouse engineers, managers and all? How many of you? Data scientist कौन बनना चाहता है? अच्छा, पर आप बोल रहे हो कि हम data analyst नहीं बनना चाहते हाँ? तो शुरुआत तो वहीं से होगी How many of you are doing your coding right now in Python? R में कौन कर रहा है? R में कौन कर रहा है कोई नहीं कर रहा है so Python में good that's one skill that you need that you absolutely need that skill that's for sure statistics किसने पढ़ा है statistics okay good so the others who have not raised hands you have not read statistics okay no problem and कंप्यूटर साइंस कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग किसने पढ़ी हुई है पढ़ा है मैं नहीं कि डिग्री ली है मैं डिग्री की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ पढ़ा किसने आपने पढ़ा है सो थोड़ा पढ़ रहे हो गुड सो यू रिक्वायर ऑल दीज 3 स्किल्स ठीक है सो बिकॉज टू हैव अ सक्सेसफुल करियर एटलीस्ट द फाउंडेशन ऑफ सक्सेसफुल करियर हाउ यू डू what you do about it is will define your success or failure according to you not according to somebody else now we also engage with students. The way we do is that there are our industry partners and the corporates they come to us and say that we have some use cases. You understand use cases? Yes किसने बोलो आप बताइए सबको बताइए हाँ बताइए शर्माइए नहीं डरिए मत बताइए बिंदास से बताइए हाँ use case मतलब क्या होता है
Use cases is like where you can use a product or something.
और बिजनेस केस का मतलब कोई भी ऑब्जेक्टिव जब होता है बिजनेस एनी बिजनेस ऑब्जेक्टिव मैनेजमेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव सो व्हेन यू स्टार्ट राइटिंग ऑन अ पीस ऑफ पेपर व्हेन यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स इट बिकम्स अ बिजनेस केस और केस में लीगल केस वाला केस की बात नहीं वो तो केस इज अ वर्ड व्हिच कैन बी यूज्ड डिफरेंट प्लेसेस नाउ व्हेन यू कम टू टेक्नोलॉजी और टेक्निकल कमर्शियल थिंग इट बिकम्स अ यूज केस so now these companies they come to us and say this is a use case and we want students to solve it because they want to see how much you know if they can hire you even as interns. So those kind of roles are there, I can tell you this. Okay, and we work on that a lot. Just completed one with a major Fortune 500 financial services firm. I'm sure you're not aware of that. That's why I ask you how much on internet you get to know about what's happening in AI. So my humble suggestion is that keep yourself updated. Not just technology-wise, not just technology. That's a great thing to have, but also what's happening elsewhere in this entire ecosystem. And tomorrow when Uday shares his slides regarding that ecosystem, this one slide when he talks about it, so you'll get to understand why you need to be cognizant of all these things, why you need to be updated upon this. Okay, so there's an opportunity for you guys. When you come into the third year, so you're in second year, correct?
Yes.
So when you come to third year now, that's when? First year. That's fine. Oh, ठीक है, अभी तो शुरू हुआ है, कोई नहीं है. अभी एक साल तो मेरे शुरू हुआ है. So second year, third year. So when you come to those, so what companies do? They want to tap into the talent before somebody else does it. They want to be first to that talent. This is a shortage of talent. Okay, data science and AI, you are in a great space. You have an opportunity, whether you work in a company, whether you do a business, or whether you do a startup, you're in a great space. So think through it, learn more about it, on the business aspects of AI also, okay, or data science and AI. Wherever there is a hackathon, go ahead, participate. Doesn't matter. What matters is how much you have attempted. It doesn't matter कि आपका कोड बिल्कुल सही था कि नहीं था. ये नहीं कि आप कैरियर के मास्टर बने कि नहीं बने. आपका जो कोड है कहीं जाके किसी ने यूज किया नहीं किया, आपने अटेम्प्ट किया है वहाँ पे. You can write that on your CV. You attempted this. You won't understand. So companies these days are doing this. So we did this. Recently we closed this one of the hackathons wherein we invited students across India. And we applied. So there were teams. There were 2 use cases. So students were given opportunity and the data and all what is there. Told that here's the data. Go ahead with it. And the ones who will make it to final 3. The final 3 teams in each use case, they will have an opportunity to get interviewed and a potential internship. So imagine in your final year, while you're doing this, you're an internship at a global in a global company. How much good it can do for your career, even if you want to do a startup later on. But you get to learn. And if you ever get a chance to be an intern in a startup also, without you getting paid, don't say no. Just go ahead, learn. Because what you're learning right now is a great foundation, setting up a great foundation. But you need to build that on this foundation. The way you do is go out. Okay, so that's the kind of role you should be defining. So after that role will become relevancy and reliability.
Madhav,
Yeah.
maybe take some questions because 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Man also has to go home and all.
2 things: reliability, responsibility, and ROI. That's it. Oh yes. Any questions? I've been asking them the question. You can ask.
Students, if you have any question, please ask.
पूछो कोई बात नहीं. NASSCOM. NASSCOM is the association for the IT and ITS services companies in India.
I think you should subscribe to NASSCOM is a great platform. I don't know if you have student membership, you should offer them through the college.
There's so many free things we do, but I mean we don't charge students.
NASSCOM is a great platform for all the deep tech, sectors, robotics, healthcare, AI,
Go
all these.
to nasscom.in. That's NASSCOM.IN. Okay.
You have some AI also. No?
Yes.
AI.
So there is a portal that we have called India AI. It's a part of NASSCOM. We do this portal is a partnership between NASSCOM and Government of India, Central Government of India, and anything regarding AI, wherever it's happening in the world, the information is there. It's updated on a daily basis. I mean, even on a day-to-day within the day, many hours also, you will see things changing there. That's one. Go ahead and take a look at the COE, Center of Excellence for Data Science and AI of NASSCOM, Telangana AI Mission, which is again a COE. You'll find those. Go to LinkedIn, follow these pages on LinkedIn, on Twitter and LinkedIn. Because next time there's a hackathon, then you have an opportunity to test what you have learned. You score good marks over here, 100 out of 100, I give you that. But when you go out there, it's like, this is net practice. But you have to go and play out in there in the ground.
Two handles you should follow, Twitter and LinkedIn. One is all the NASSCOM 10,000 startups, NASSCOM AI, all these. And then Startup India. There is a Startup India handle both on LinkedIn and follow that. Regularly they encourage youngsters like you. They have programs where they fund young, entry-level projects and even startups. history, you learn a lot, you will gain a lot. And you know, once you have a proper startup, if you get it registered on Startup India, you get tax benefits as well. So these two fantastic bodies.
Any other questions? Anything to ask? Feel free to drop in an email or.
Yeah, I think let's round off with two questions.
Anybody?